Staring up at the stone ceiling, Han rested his head against the wall of the prison cell he was in. He thought about how all of them had been transported back into the past and arrived in the ruined city outside of the academy. Though the soldiers had initially been very hostile, they relaxed a little once they saw that Han and the rest of the group weren't going to act in a hostile manner. They still required them to go towards a holding area, as they discussed with the priestess. There seemed to be something going on which none of them were aware of. The strangest part was when one of them asked if they were with the gods. "Master, there is no need for us to be in this situation. Command us, and we will break free of this place and wipe this city off the face of the world." Annapolis voiced her opinion, anger in her voice. The others also showed the same outrage. Tilting his head so that he could look at them, he smiled at their passion. There is no reason to go that far. There seems to be something that is going on here, so let us just play things out. Hearing his thoughts, they all became quiet. "What do you think is going on?" Celestial asked him. By the way they reacted and asking if we were with the gods, I think there is some kind of connection with how this place was overrun with monsters. I think this may be a good opportunity for us to learn more. So let's just be patient," he explained and emphasized his wish for them to stay within the cell. Fortunately, Han was with everyone when they stepped into the transportation device. The other students and adventurers were divided up and placed into different cells. This was good because he didn't need to hide as much stuff, considering Ha-Yun knew some of what he was able to do. Ulissa was in the meeting chamber, talking with the members of the city council, getting preparations made for the overflow. Whenever she went to sleep, her dreams were filled with the urgency and images of destruction. Never before had the overflow generated such images, which made her very concerned. "Will the walls be ready?" she asked the woman in charge of the city defenses. "Priestess, there will be no issues with the walls. We were already prepared for the overflow, but with your guidance, the completion of the upgrades are nearly complete." The woman saluted and bowed towards Ulissa. She leaned back on the chair and sighed in relief. At least that is one less thing we need to worry about. After several moments, Ulissa straightened her back and looked at those in front of her. "With the wall nearly completed and our supplies ready, all that is left for us to do is wait for the overflow to begin." Everyone's expression reflected the uneasy feeling they felt in their chest. Even without her visions, they likely understood that this time the overflow would be different. "Priestess, there are intruders that appeared within the city." A young soldier rushed into the chambers, his face flushed from running here. "How dare you enter this sacred chamber without receiving permission?" The city's defense officer yelled at the soldier. Realizing what he had done, there was a look of fear in his eyes. Idrenus allowed the soldier to speak. "With us being so near the event, having such a thing happen is nothing to brush aside." She halted Idrenus from ordering the soldier punished. Seeing that he was no longer in danger of being sent off to clean something dirty and smelly, he quickly bowed to her and said, "Priestess, there was a large group of people that suddenly appeared. I was ordered to rush here and alert you of this event, and request that your personal guards be ready for an attempt on your life." Could it be the gods? Idrenus looked towards her, fear and determination in her eyes. Is it possible that they know? That would not make any sense, considering our suspicions that the gods are connected with the overflow, her advisor muttered. Nodding her head, She agreed with her advisor's conclusion. No, if they suspected our plans, they would likely only need to use this opportunity to strike us down with the monsters. Why would these people suddenly appear when we are so close to the overflow? Idrenus asked out loud. It seems too much of a coincidence. After they had spent several hours debating how to handle this new development, Relissa decided to go down and see them for herself. Priestess, it is too dangerous for you to go yourself. Allow me to go in your stead, Idrenus begged her for the umpteenth time. Shaking her head, she looked at her as they headed towards the prison. You know as well as I do that we need to determine if they have a connection with the gods. The only person that can do that is me. If we do not do this now, then they could potentially cause irreparable harm at an inopportune moment. Idrenus growled and clenched her fist in frustration. Those damn gods! Who allowed them to use us as their plaything? Gently placing a hand on top of her shoulder, Relissa comforted her by saying, We will be ready. With this, we will show the world that there is no need to fear the overflow. No longer will the gods be able to treat us as their toys. With the strength of our technology group's research, we will be able to fight even the gods. Seeing Relissa trying to cheer her up, Idrenus calmed herself down. Priestess, I will do everything in my power to make sure that the world you envision will come to pass. It was only through your guidance that we were able to develop such a small city into one that not even empires could stand against. I could expect nothing less from you, Idrenus. She smiled at her, appreciating how much Idrenus looked after her. Whenever there was doubt in her heart, all she needed to do was talk with Idrenus, and her fears would evaporate. All around them, the people of Palantia looked happy and joyful, even though they knew about the overflow approaching. I am truly blessed to have such amazing people in the city. Seeing their smiling faces only makes this time so crucial. Even though we have prepared ahead of time, I still worry about the future. Relissa smiled, though it was tainted by her fears. Priestess, your people love you. There has been no other like yourself. The Defense Force will make sure that none of the citizens are harmed, so that you will continue to watch their smiling faces, Idrenus assured her. A boy and girl playing in the street kicked the ball too forcefully, causing it to roll in front of her. The two children approached Relissa nervously, glancing between her and Idrenus. Relissa picked up the ball and handed it back to them, saying, Here you go. Be careful with the ball. Reaching towards her purse, she pulled out a couple of silvers and handed one to each of them. The two of you should get something delicious to eat. Both of the children stared at the coin in their hands and looked up at Relissa, saying, Thank you, priestess, and went running off towards their parents to show off what they got. We cannot afford to lose, she quietly said and continued towards their destination.